You want to know something weird? When I was doing the icy plain, the weather here was nice and cool. Then when I got to the volcano, Mount Desma, and the fairy garden, we had a heat wave over here. The truth is out, I live in the land of Tingle's Rosy Rupeeland. Let's play more where I live. Previously, we went to the fairy garden and we saved the Grand Fairy. She's doing fairy things in the desert. And, just like a proper cooking show, I went ahead and pre-made the Emperor juice that we need to save the journalist. I think he's languished enough. If you really need to know where it comes from, well, you should know by now. It comes from Bella. You pay 5,000 rupees to something called Last Emperor, and you'll be able to get the recipe. It's pretty much the same juice as before, the Queen juice, but you need an Nidorian, and you can only get those on top of Mount Desma, which we're going to be heading back to, because that's the only way back to the journalist. Need a shortcut or something. Actually, we do have a kind of a shortcut. Instead of going through the Tingly village, you could just use Mount Desma's shortcut, and just climb up the ladders from there. And that'll put us pretty much right where the journalist is. Another reason why I pre-made the juice. So I go through the volcano, and it loses all of its cool refreshingness. That's right, it's warm juice now. I hope he enjoys. It's all sticky. I hope it leaves a stain on his cardigan jacket. I was really hoping that didn't miss, because this is very expensive juice. Alright, buddy, I saved your life for, what was it, like the 5th time now? Yes, we get it. Tingle has halitosis. But at least he's alive. He's going to give us our final pay cut. I asked this sad, pathetic little man for 10,000 rupees, because that's all he's worth. And if I find him looking for God juice, I'm going to finish the job myself with a good tingling. So, what's your story this time? Oh, he fell from the pirate ship. You know what that means? His first person talking annoyed the pirates so much they throw him out. Well, that's just great. Fantastic. Now we gotta go head back to town. There's a few more things I want to do. And that means that I could have gotten the juice then and went back to him. Darn it! Well, actually, the truth is I messed up a save. I just tried to play off that excuse, but it didn't work in my favor. Oh well. You didn't miss much anyway. You didn't miss anything, in fact. It was just me buying recipes and cooking juice. You know what, to be honest, I haven't given anything to Armor in a while. Something tells me that's gonna change. But we do have something for Chico's mom. We got some hair for her. I don't know why saying that is a little weird, but that's exactly what I gave her. For 2,100 rupees. Oh hey, I forgot to give the journalist the juice, but I'll do that on the way back. Still not helping out these folks. They don't look like they're in much trouble anyway. It's time to talk to my most favorite person. She has all the money I need. There should be a feature in another sequel, maybe like a 3DS sequel for Tingle, where you do this mapping thing again, because I kind of like the surge of money that it gives me. And actually, speaking of these chicken landmarks that she's now giving me money for, there's something that's really missing from this Zelda spin-off. You all know what it is. Where the heck are all the cuckoos at? Yeah, that's right. My brothers from the Zelda mother. Where the heck are they? Maybe this is not Hyrule after all. Maybe it's just some faraway place that doesn't have cuckoos. They never heard of them. You can't have a Hyrule without cuckoos. I mean, I think even Low Roll had them, but they were like evil cuckoos. Black evil cuckoos. Now I'm stuck on that. I'm a little bit upset now. Why aren't they here? Maybe they're this land's dodo. Everybody ate them. Oh yes, I remember that baseball park in the middle of nowhere. In fact, come to think of it, a lot of these landmarks aren't really useful for anybody. Like that garden boat. It's it's flotsam without water. And so is the bridge. It's not going to help anyone. I bet if I go back there, it's still desert, because fairies are lazy. And no one's ever going to use the water wheel. Completely useless, most of these landmarks. Hell, the garden orb is always very useful. I don't know why I mark it on the map. I want those rupees to be mine. Speaking of rupees, 20,000 for completing this map. You know what? I haven't talked to the people in the park for a while. I usually just go in and mug the rupee birds. But Chico's grown up and better behaved. She got to see a real fairy. But it wasn't as powerful as she thought. It's just a decent fairy. She knows about the shaman that makes really great medicine. She has to study harder to beat him out. And I kind of forgot all about this, but Little Bro and Big Bro are actually the kids of the chef. I thought they were like the armorer's kids or something. Or maybe the jeweler's kids. I don't know why I assumed that. But he knows a lot of recipes. He gathered them all, but he can't cook a single one. Also, Big Bro, what are you reading this time? Are you writing the messages? It was the shaman after all, was it? It was you. You just wanted to lead me in the shaman your own obtuse way. I'm onto you. And by the way, Abba's gonna talk about stuff. I had a band reference going, but then I kind of lost it, and I stumbled on myself. I'll just go ahead and hide myself at shame. But I gotta go sell some juice. I need to get all of this juice out of my inventory. It keeps on reminding me of this loser. If you read his journal while he was passed out, he said he was going to talk to the pirates about going to Mount Desma. Just for, you know, for shits and giggles. Just for the heck of it. Why would you want to go to an active volcano? Were you going to interview the Yamatinglis? They probably would have charged you for that, because I didn't rehab them yet. You are a silly person. Please don't pass out in the next area. I beg of you. Speaking of the next area, I think it's time to go to that now. It's time to check in on Uncle Rupee. He had some problems on the last time we visited. Right before Fairy's Garden. I wonder if he fixed some of his problems. You know, of the rainbow variety. I wonder if he's come down off of his high. I'm gonna have to give him 182,250 rupees. In my previous playthroughs, I let the tower just, you know, wane a little bit, and I had to throw rupees in to maintain it. So I actually had to pay less when I got to this point. But if you let the tower shrink, you have to completely pay for its growth again, which is bad. You have to do lots of farming. At least all my farming is paid off. We're going to the final area. The final level. It has to be Rupeeland. What could it possibly be left? Look how high we're going. I bet Rupeeland is just ahead. It's time for our final message from Uncle Rupee. At 59,000 meters. What is that in miles? Somebody good at math? Because I don't know. Well, looks like Uncle Rupee settled down a little bit. And he got his lens flare out. Michael Bay is producing this cutscene. It's time to go to Rupeeland? Is that what you're gonna say? It's right before us! I could just reach a little bit further and I'm there. But I just have to wait quietly for now. Hey, he worked on his evil laugh. That's great. He's gonna go ahead and get the Rupee Valet. Are you the Rupee Valet? No, you're the Grand Fairy. Hi, Grand Fairy. What? Are you here to congratulate me on reaching Rupeeland? What are you saying? I don't want peace for everyone. I want rupees for Tingle. I guess I don't even need rupees. I mean, I'm at Rupeeland. But I guess while the valet gets here, we should go and visit the Grand Fairy. It did sound a little bit urgent. And I just realized, the pool in Fairy Garden is called the Great Pool, but she's the Grand Fairy. What is it, a timeshare or something? Pinkle has some news for us. She's checking on the tower, and it doesn't seem to be growing anymore, no matter how many rupees you throw in. And it won't shrink either, which means our timer is officially ended. We can do all the things we want now. That kind of worries her. I guess that means she's out of a job monitoring the tower. I wonder if she's even able to roam out of wherever the heck she is. Maybe she's just a digital girlfriend for Tingle. You know, like this game's version of Nicole for the Sonic series. Alright, you really gotta stop hamming up this entrance. It's just a big reference to Captain Planet. Are you trying to get yourself promoted to Great Fairy? I think that position's already taken. But she has important information for us. Why'd the music change all of a sudden? Why is it more serious and evil sounding? What laugh? I haven't heard any laugh. The old man who woke me from my sleep is really loaded now, eh? No, he's evil. He's like crazy evil. And he's coming to get you, Tingle! What are you saying? But Uncle Rupee is good and nice. He's taking me to Rupeeland. It's called Anti-Rupeeland, I know. The evil Rupee god. Are you working for him? Are you leading me astray? No, it can't be. That's the place I'm going. But Rupeeland's supposed to be a paradise. The Grand Fairy. She knows the real story behind Rupeeland. Everyone is going to become a Tingle. Good God, no! Even Duke? I like Duke. He shouldn't suffer tingleness. Well, on the upside, no one will think Tingle's weird. And all these Tingles are gonna do what Tingles do best. Find more rupees. Rupees for Uncle Rupee. Rupees for the Rupee god. Endless slavery. No fun or freedom, unless you think giving rupees to Uncle Rupee is fun. And he'll take your hands if you're not careful. Make sure you keep your fingers away from his mouth. Alright, that game's over with. Let's play Bad Uncle Rupee's Ash in Rupeeland. Made in 2007 by Nintendo. This is a game where you play the protagonist, Uncle Rupee, and he makes the Tingles do what he says. That's horrible! We need to put a stop to this immediately! It is a terrible place. Thank you for opening my eyes. No way. We don't want to go to Rupeeland. The heck with Rupeeland. If you say yes, she just says, wow, you're a lot more Tingle than I thought. The heck with Rupeeland. I'm stinking rich. You know what? I'll make my own Rupeeland. It'll be called Tingleland. And no one will be allowed to come unless they're crazy rich. I guess Uncle Rupee just rubbed off on me a little bit. At least our heart is not completely corrupted by the power of Rupee. We can't allow this peaceful world to become Rupeeland. So she has a special item for us, the Rupee Key. That allows us to open a Rupee door in the Auris Ruins. And behind that door is the mystical Rupee sword. I knew it was in this game. We're gonna shove that Rupee sword so far up Uncle Rupee that rupees are gonna come out. Don't think about that too much. So, now we know the true story. Uncle Rupee is a very bad man. He lied to Tingle. So now we're gonna have to head to the Auris Ruins. We have 2 reasons to go there now. 1, to get rich. 2, to beat up Uncle Rupee with something. Like a sack of rupees. That would be ironic. Hey. Hello? Who is this person? I don't remember seeing him before. Are they adding new characters already? Okay, where'd you come from and why you dress like a Tingle? Did Uncle Rupee get to you too? He's evil, you know. I don't remember you. Where are you in the storyline? Yeah, everybody knows of good old Uncle Gull. He's kinda short on rupees. And he has a staff list for us. What, do you mean you're actually going to sell me the credits? Well, he doesn't look like he's been completely corrupted by Uncle Rupee. Yeah, 10,000 rupees for the staff list. That should be good enough. Alright, it'll be delivered to you in 5 to 7 business days, and make sure you pay your postage. I knew they were going to get me somewhere. So, what exactly was that all about? Wait, did I just get punked by Uncle Rupee? Darn it, he got my rupees now! He's a lot more powerful. And I just loved the little eyeglasses jiggle at the end. It's just the best. I expected it coming, and it was still fun to watch. So, you monster Uncle Rupee, I'm just gonna mentally flip you off and then go to the last area of the game, which happens to be the Auris Ruins. A really small, really straightforward area. We went from the biggest map of the game to the smallest map of the game. And Tingle has some information about this place too. It's at the edge of the world. If we go any farther, we'll just fly off in outer space. This world is flat. Yeah, I feel it too. I feel bad that it's going to come to an end, but it's getting close to the length of Mother 3, and I'm not liking that. Ah, Pinkle's actually moved. You're gonna miss the Tingle, aren't you? I'm gonna miss the Tingle too. Let's miss the Tingle together. It's really too bad that Tingle and Pinkle will never meet in person. It looks like they would hit it off quite well. So, welcome to the Auris Ruins, where the statues just spew evil. There's actually a landmark that we have to mark off too. And you know what? We need to hire the most powerful bodyguard we can hire in the game. From the salon. Because I'm not bringing a drifter bodyguard into here. It's too dangerous. Too risky. Yeah, I am going to the shrine. I have a Rupee Key and everything. There's another man that was going to that shrine too. He had a huge sword and was a lot stronger than Tingle. Maybe he's a boss. We're gonna have to fight that man. He never came back though. Maybe he got corrupted by the power of rupees or caught in a trap. But that trap is crazy easy. Only an idiot would get stuck in that trap. Oh well. Yeah, this is a terrible place, isn't it? And there's oinkers here too. This is one big oinker fortress. So we're gonna have to deal with a lot of those today. Speaking of dealing with oinkers, yeah, they're not that well hidden. What are you doing here? Are you smuggling oinkers? You shouldn't do that. Alright, I'll hear your story before I call the oinker police. There's a precious item that's been stolen. And a young couple really needs it back. They're really miserable without that item. It's probably some kind of family heirloom. Wait, I didn't say a single thing like this. Why are you butt-down musting me? Yeah, I actually kinda have to do this for them. Alright, let's meet the couple. Let's meet our second and first contestant. You know what? I haven't gotten a good look at oinkers until right now, but I just realized their eyes are inside their nose. That upsets me a little bit. At least oinkers can learn the regular Hylian language, but he still has that oinker accent of going oink. Maybe these are the guys that eventually become the Pigmask army. Once they get some technology and get out of their medieval phase. These guys were gonna get married. He was gonna give her a present, but some oinker meanie boss guy stole it. What a jerk he is. And they can't get married in a proper oinker ceremony without it. So we're gonna have to give him a hand with that. Ah, what a touching story for such weird creatures. It really is. It's kind of a Romeo and Juliet thing, except they're not both dying. I could solve that, you know. I got an Agent Smith here. He sounds like he would be some kind of like final bossy sort of thing. And he has an item for us to get in. We don't need the regular oinker snout. We need a white snout to get into this base. And then the battle begins against the oinker menace. Like these guys. You are an oinker menace. You should be destroyed. So next time I freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupeeland, I grab my final bodyguard, and we go to the final challenge. Good night, folks.